So my name is Caleb Pudewell.
And I'm Ryan Anderson, and we are sitting in Fishery Hall, staring at a computer screen, looking at some artwork. Caleb, we have this first artwork here. What is this called?
This work is Starry Night, painted in 1889 by Vincent van Gogh. And it's actually oil paint on canvas. And one thing that people always notice about this painting is the contrast between the bright swirlies in the sky, with especially this moon in the top right corner, and how it contrasts with this peaceful valley in the bottom. One thing that really stands out about it is its composition. The sky has this 2/3 top part of the canvas that really dominates the main part of the piece. But in this left-hand corner, you can see this big object.
Yeah, so my question is with this object, a lot of people put meaning into this object. I'm not really sure what it is. What is your thought on this? Is there any meaning behind it, or did Van Gogh just put it there because he felt like it?
Well, yes, you're right. There has been a lot of talk about this object, and what it actually happens to be is this cypress tree. And Van Gogh painted this whole painting, as well as this tree, outside of an insane asylum. He was actually in this asylum at Saint Remy de Provence in France when he painted this. And for some people, they actually convey this tree along with this church spire in the center of this piece as almost a sense of hope. They're both shown reaching up towards the heavens, towards this bright stars and moon in the sky, and just this compositional effect of them both pointing upwards gives this sense of hope and a sense of almost spirituality reaching towards the heavens.
Okay, so my second question is, the style of painting almost seems as if he does this because he's crazy. Do you think he does this because there's something going on, because he's stuck in the insane asylum, or is it just his style itself?
Well, this is definitely a post-impressionist style, characterized by these unique, thick brushstrokes. They're very obvious. I mean, they're not very classical as a lot of other paintings have been. And it is possible that his mental attacks could further dramatize this brushstrokes on this work. But there is a consistency with this technique through a lot of his works that adds a lot of depth and actually a lot of rich texture to his art. So I think it is a lot of his style, but it could be influenced by his mental condition.
So, Caleb, what do you think the main idea behind this painting is?
Well, as we can see in this painting, there's the high difference between the sky and how it's very wild and free, and how the valley below is almost this comforting, snug, kind of tucked in feeling. And Eli Siegel, actually, he's the founder of aesthetic realism. He has this quote about this painting, and he says, "All beauty is a making one of opposites, and the making one of opposites is what we are going after in ourselves." And I think Van Gogh actually understood this concept of the beauty of opposites, and I think that's what he was trying to convey, is the opposite of the sky with the valley below.
Okay, so this next piece we have is by Rene Magritte. He was a part of the Surrealist movement, and this piece is called The Treachery of Images, and it's painted in Belgium in 1929. It's oil on canvas, and this piece belongs to a set of similar pieces that all reference the same idea of the conflict between the visual and the verbal.
Now, as we're looking at it, what is this text that's below the image?
So the text below the image reads, "This is not a pipe." And the meaning behind that is, we're looking at this, and it's clearly a pipe. And most people would think, well,
Yes, clearly.
How is this not a pipe? And it's not a pipe because it's just a representation of the pipe. He painted it, it's not the actual pipe itself. And that's really the main idea behind this piece, is that he wanted to convey the idea that if he were to write, "This is a pipe," the artwork would be lying. And I think he's trying to say that a lot of artwork is a lie, and it's all a trick, and a lot of people don't understand that.
So he's really interested with the idea that artwork is really representation of objects and not the actual object itself.
Yeah, and he even himself, he says, if I had written on my picture, "This is a pipe," I would have been lying. So he flat out is saying that he's trying to get the idea that he doesn't want to lie through his art. He wants to show what's real. And a famous street artist by the name of Banksy actually does his own version of this by saying, "This is a pipe." And it is a piece where it's actually a water spout on what looks to be some sort of wall, and he puts a frame around this water spout. So he's giving the actual pipe itself. So therefore, the image isn't lying because it's the actual thing in front of us.
So this is kind of a play off of Magritte's piece to show an actual physical representation of the...
Exactly. He wants to give the exact idea behind Magritte's piece.